Hello and welcome to the Comedy Playhouse. It's so good to see so many of you here. We're excited. I hope you're excited. All right. Before we begin, just a few quick announcements. Let's see. First of all, the fire marshal wants us to let you know that there's another exit all the way back there. So if this side of the building's on fire, run that way. All righty. Next of all, the restroom is also back there to the right if you need to use that. Up the front here, we've got snacks, concessions. Everything's $1. As Bruce always says, buy something. Alrighty, and the wine up here is complimentary as always. Cheers to our theater guests. The more you drink, the funnier we are. Okie doke. We also up front of our email sign-up newsletter. Form to sign up for the email newsletter. You put your name and email address on there, then we will send you out a once a month, once every couple months reminder of what we're doing, what's coming up, a little bit more about our actors, our shows. All sorts of fun stuff. Every once in a while we throw in a coupon. Yeah, so please sign up for that and we'll let you know what's going on here. Alrighty, let's see. And last of all, did you hear the one about Santa's little helper who was feeling a little bit depressed around Christmas time? Apparently he had low self-esteem. Yeah, he just recently found out he was a subordinate clause. And with that, enjoy Christmas blues at Fat Freddys Diner. I love this song.
Interrupt this afternoon's scheduled Christmas music to bring a public service announcement. You folks heading south better change your plans. A rock slide has closed the road to Sierra City. No injuries reported. No property damaged. Given this is Christmas Eve, and most county workers are heading home to start their holiday weekend activities, no telling how long it will be before the mess is cleared away. Updates as they come in. Have a good day.
There we go.
We interrupt this afternoon's holiday music delights to bring a public service announcement. This is an announcement from the emergency broadcast system. The entire road to Sierra City has been wiped out, along with 3/4 of the population. The entire Highland Estate subdivision and Freddie.
Ready? Frederick, are you paying attention to me or what?
I hear you just fine.
Well?
Well, what?
Which one should I use? Which announcement sounds better?
Whichever one suits the situation. Oh, I did think it was going to be an avalanche, though. Oh, avalanche, rock slide, same difference. However, if I were you...
Which you definitely are not.
If I were you, I'd avoid the second announcement. Population wiped out? Really?
Why not? I think it stretches my dramatic side.
Maybe a little too dramatic.
Well, it's guaranteed to get their attention.
Yeah, or scare them half to death. They might think the final doom is upon us. This is the Christmas holiday, after all. We got to infuse our work with the holiday spirit.
Hadn't thought of that. So which voice should I use?
Well, an announcer's voice.
No, come on, you know what I mean. Playful, professional, flirtatious.
An announcer's voice.
You are not making this very exciting for me, Freddie.
Well, it's not supposed to be about you. It's about helping all these people who find themselves in times of trouble during the holiday season. Boss man's instructions. So, why don't you tell me who we're going to see this afternoon?
Can't we just sit down, have a nice visit? First of all, last weekend I had the most amazing time.
Okay, we've done this so very many times before. You know the drill. So tell me, who are we going to see? How many? And what are the problems?
Business, business, business. Can't we just sit down, have a nice visit, go over all the pleasantries.
We're supposed to be about business. The business of helping people at a crossroads in their lives.
I know.
This time,
I know.
using only the power of suggestion, of course.
I know.
Can't really make their decisions for them. But suggestions can point them in the right direction.
I know. I know. I know.
Well, if you know, then tell me who, how many, and when.
Oh, all right. But only because the first one's about to arrive any moment now.
Better get a move on.
All right, let's see here. Oh, first one to arrive will be Beatrice Poykins.
Beatrice Perkins?
That's what I said, Beatrice Poykins. Divorced, has one brother living in Rancho Cordova outside of Sacramento. Oh, she's traveling to spend the holiday weekend with him and his family. Oh, although she doesn't really want to. She's only going there because it's expected of her. She'd rather go to Hawaii.
Ooh.
She's never had the courage to go somewhere unfamiliar. And it says here that she's not even sure they speak English in Hawaii.
My.
I know, it's sad, isn't it? Let's see what else is here that's pertinent. Oh, yes. She doesn't like change. Has a history of not making decisions. You know, I bet she's sort of that dull gray person. No color to her. Feels that life's been unfair and generally feels unappreciated. Oh, Freddie, I would hate to feel unappreciated.
That would never happen.
Okay.
So, what exactly are we supposed to do with Beatrice? Are we to influence this lifelong pattern of not liking changes or of feeling resentful? I'm not really getting a clear picture here.
No, we're not to influence those patterns. I feel sort of sorry for her. Doesn't look like she's got very many friends. Well, in fact, here it says she doesn't have any friends at all. And for the first time, she's made an impulsive decision that will negatively impact her life, the rest of her life. Would it show an alternative to the bad decision while she still has time to rectify it? Oh, I've been waiting to use that word for decades. Rectify. No, what other word I want to use? Parsimonious.
Do you even know what parsimonious means?
Not really.
Probably better if you don't use it then.
Probably not. I just like the way it feels on my tongue. Parsimonious. Parsimonious. Parsimonious.
You have a tongue that feels good when you say that word?
Of course I've got a tongue. I've also got eyes, a nose, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes.
Okay, let's move on from the subject of your anatomical parts and how they're feeling before it gets awkward.
Too late for that. Way too late for that. Besides, our first guest is here. Here's Beatrice.
Hello?
Here's Beatrice.
Hello?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I'm invisible. Well, here's Beatrice.
Are you open for business?
Kurzir, Wachia, Aloha, Bienvenue, Welcome, many languages. French, Russian, Cree, Swedish, Hawaiian, and all mean the same thing. Welcome. You know, this is a time of celebration for so many faiths and beliefs. So you've got Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Ramadan, St. Lucia. If you are Buddhist, I trust you had a good Bodhi day. No discrimination in my house. Everyone is welcome.
Okay.
Well, there's many more languages, and I could go on and on.
You can and have on occasion.
Well, come on, have a seat then. Welcome. Well, this is Fat Freddy's Diner, and I am the owner, Fat Freddy.
Fat Freddy? That's your name?
That's my name, Nutrisystem Diet.
Oh, well, I'm very sorry. I hope I didn't seem rude or anything like that. I just mean...
Not a worry. Everyone who comes in wonders about the name.
I wasn't sure that you were open. From the road, I could see a small light in the window. I almost kept driving, but then all of a sudden, your big sign out front flashed on, and my car almost drove itself into the parking lot. You know, it's an odd thing. I've taken this road many times before, and I've never really noticed this diner, and it doesn't really seem new. But when I was coming up to your front door, your sign out front, it flashed off again.
Oh, a big sign in the front's not on anymore? Well, I'll just have to go check on that. Anyhow, you headed in the direction of Sierra City, and you certainly look cold. I mean, driving in this weather with a broken car heater's not good.
How did you know that my car heater doesn't work? How did you know that I'm going to Sierra City? How did you know all that?
Just a guess.
We interrupt this afternoon's schedule of enjoyable holiday music to bring you a public service announcement. The road to Sierra City is closed due to a rock slide. No word at this time when it is expected to reopen. We will bring you updates as they are sent in.
Oh no! This can't be happening! The road's closed.
Road closed due to rock slide.
Simply put. Glad you approved, Franklin.
Well, I'd better fire up the coffee pot. We're going to have a lot more guests coming. So, Beatrice, what do you like in your coffee? Cream, sugar? Oh, and if you want food, I do have some hot homemade chicken noodle soup in the back. Fresh made. I could ladle you up a bowl on the house. There's no charge on Christmas Eve for my guests. I mean, if you haven't eaten all day, you must be pretty hungry.
How did you know my name? How did you know that I haven't eaten? Well, never mind all that. No food, please. Just sugar. For the coffee. I'll need to go back to Satley and find another way. I'm really not comfortable taking a route I'm not familiar with. I really prefer going the way I've always gone, but now it looks like I'll have to change the way I always go. I'm heading to Sacramento to spend the holiday with my brother and his family. At least that's where I'm supposed to be going. They'd miss me or care if I didn't show up.
You gotta get some food in you.
I have to find another way. I can't just wait here.
Well, I could get you a large coffee and a to-go container.
Well, thank you very much. I don't want to put anyone out.
Not a worry, ma'am. I'll just nip into the kitchen and get you that large coffee. Oh, and maybe a cup of the soup. You might change your mind later. Oh, and if you need more sugar, there's plenty on the service bar, so help yourself.
What am I going to do? I've never felt this far from home. It seems so far away. I've never felt this much alone. It's been an awful day. I don't know where I'm going. Just know it isn't home. I don't know where I'm going. Heading to the unknown. I'm in so much damn trouble. I don't know what to do. This time I really know there's no help coming through. I don't know where I'm going. Just know it isn't home. I feel so much alone. What am I going to do? What am I gonna do?
Oh, she certainly looks troubled. She's got a lot of blues hanging around her head.
That she does, my friend. That she does.
I feel sort of sorry for her. You know, she's never done anything bad in her life before. Never done anything particularly good either. She's really bad about speaking her mind.
Well, I guess we'll find out what troubles her soon enough. In the meantime, why don't you tell me who we're going to see next?
Only because you asked me. You know, I always do what you ask of me.
Sure you do.
Let's see. It's two guests. And they come as a pair. Oh, and what a pair. Emma and Walter Stratham. Together 24 years, 3 children. A mismatched couple from the beginning. Emma comes from money parents. Walter was born on the wrong side of the tracks. literally. After they got married, Walter finished college, went on to medical school on Emma's parents' dime. And over the years, with a great deal of pushing and prodding and nagging from Emma, he's developed a lucrative plastic surgery practice.
Wow. Well, it doesn't sound like there's anything for us to do.
No, but that's not the whole story.
Oh.
They are the epitome of the bickering couple. Very unpleasant to be around. Hey, Freddie, did you notice? I used the word epitome.
As a matter of fact, I did.
I even know what it means. Let's see what else is here for this bickering couple. They constantly at each other largely by habit. They no longer listen to each other, much less monitor their tone of voice or body language. Oh, but it wasn't always common between the two of them. They used to be love and caring. Maybe they just need to get in touch with the old feelings.
And if those old feelings are still there.
Yeah, if they haven't beaten them to death by now. Let's see. The children are all grown. They've left the nest. Ross is becoming aware of an emptiness in his relationship with Emma. And he's starting to look fondly at the office noise.
Oh, that's nice.
And Walter's got a secret.
Secret?
Yes. He doesn't like who or what he feels Emma has made him become. And he wants to make a big change.
Well, is Emma going to approve of the change Walter wants to make?
Most probably not. She doesn't approve of anything that Walter does.
It's going to be a challenge for us then.
Well, sure.
And I don't see why I had to get out of the Jag, too. My Ferragamos will be ruined. That snow will just destroy them. Oh, my God, Walter, look at this place. The tacky Christmas decorations and... What were you thinking pulling in here? We don't have time for this. We should have been in Tahoe by now.
Not my fault, Emma. GPS must be broken. I followed the route it gave me. It brought us here in front of the diner instead of the Harringtons. You've reached your destination. That's what it said. You've reached your destination.
This hole in the wall is most certainly not our destination. I don't know why you had to go herring off the highway on that godforsaken country road. Oh, in this weather. GPS system notwithstanding, you should have been paying more attention as you were driving. Should have realized that we weren't on the road we should have been on. Ugh, now I'm going to have to call the Harringtons. They're expecting us for cocktails, and heaven knows we won't get there now.
Oh, it won't hurt you to miss a cocktail hour. You have far too many of those anyway. And they don't last an hour, usually far into the evening. You can wait a bit before getting into the Christmas spirit, the ho, ho, ho kind of spirit, not the drinking kind.
God, Walter, what a stupid thing to do leaving the highway.
It's not my fault, Emma. The GPS must be broken. What are you doing? You have no respect for things. You care more about your shoes than you do about that cell phone. Here, let me do it.
No, I'll call the Harringtons. If you're angry, you have no social grace.
No social grace. No signal zone.
You know, you weren't brought up understanding how to behave in certain social situations. Parents were common laborers, for God's sake. You revert down to that level when you get irritated. And didn't I tell you last week to get the car serviced?
I did get the car serviced.
Then why is the GPS not working?
They didn't service the GPS.
Oh. Let's just find some directions somewhere. There's got to be a phone around here, you know, a working phone. Oh, you there. Are you from around here? Can you give my husband directions to Tahoe?
I know she could. Is there a man around, someone who works here?
Just like you, Walter. To assume a woman couldn't give directions.
Not any that makes sense. It has to do with the female mind not being able to process directional coordinates. It's a gender-related disorder. Female flaw. You wouldn't understand. It's medical.
Well,
The owner went into the kitchen. He should be back in just a minute or two.
you
Emma, those social graces, you sound like a...
Mahanda Arhaban, or Ahapyan Akbaba.
He doesn't seem to speak English. Excuse us, we made a wrong turn back there. Could you give us directions to get back to the highway?
He says it wasn't his fault. I think he just wasn't paying attention. Walter cannot admit he's at fault, not with anything.
Ooh, what a bunch of crazy cuckoo boys.
And you forgot to ask about a phone, Walter.
Well, welcome. You know, it's probably a faulty GPS or something like that. That could happen, even if you got the car service before you left.
Doesn't speak English, Wrong about something else.
Well, welcome, welcome. My name is Fat Freddy, and this is my place of establishment, Fat Freddy's Diner. It's so good to see you here during the holiday season. This here is a fellow traveler like yourself, Beatrice. Oh, as for the phone, there's one right here on the service bar, although it may not be working, what with the weather and all. Anyhow, can I offer you something hot to drink? Coffee, maybe? Oh, I do have some hot homemade chicken noodle soup in the back, guaranteed to cure what ails you.
This is Dr. Stratham. He's a plastic surgeon. I am his wife, Mrs. Dr. Stratham. And we
Fat
are...
Freddy. Doesn't look fat to me.
Oh, Atkins diet.
I thought you said Nutrisystem.
As I was saying, we're on our way to...
You don't need to give him our entire itinerary, Emma. We're lost. I took a wrong turn. I think if you can get me back to Slattery, I can pick up Highway 89 and get back to town from there.
Highway 89.
Static. That's all I got, just static.
Well, I will tell you what. I have a road atlas here behind the service bar.
A road atlas. You actually know what that is?
Why don't you two have a seat, look at the maps of California and Nevada, and I will get you something to drink. Something hot. Of course I know what a road atlas is. Be prepared, that's my motto.
No, that's the motto of the Boy Scouts. And no one ever mistake you for a Boy Scout.
Well, whatever. Why don't you give me information on the next guest we're going to see?
Let's see. Julie Wilson Brown. Talk about someone being at a crossroads in her life. Pregnant for the first time. Unplanned. Totally knocked up.
That's a crossroads for sure.
Ooh, and interesting.
Huh.
Well, who would have guessed?
What?
You'll never believe what it
What?
says right here about
What?
Julie Wilson Brown. Well, I think you should guess.
Are you going to give me the information? Just keep it all to yourself.
Come on, guess. Guess what's going on with Julie Wilson Brown.
I don't want to guess. We don't have time to play the guessing game right now, and don't you give me any of your attitude.
I've got attitude. I pull it out when I am in the mood. I've got attitude. Now what you think about that?
I think we don't have time.
I've got pouty lips. I really know just how to swing my hips. I've got attitude. Now what you think about that?
I think we're done discussing your anatomy.
I've got flirty eyes. I really know just how to wow the guys. I've got attitude. Now what you think about that?
I think that's a little too much information.
I've got attitude. I pull it out when I am in the mood. I've got attitude. Now what you think about that?
Are you completely done now?
I've got attitude.
Oh,
I pull it out when I. Now I'm done. Freddie, really, you are no fun at all. You should play the guessing game. Besides, I actually got an update on what's going on with Beatrice from the big guy when I was out there. You want to know what it is? Yes.
See, now the last guest, Julie, just got here, and I haven't been completely briefed, and now we have to get to work. If you hadn't been goofing around, you would have had time to fill me in. And I guess you'll just have to tell me what's going on with Beatrice later.
You should have played the guessing game. And besides, I never goof around. Well, time for you to get to work. Lay the data.
I...
Oh boy, my glass is open. Colder than witches. Never mind.
Welcome to Fat Freddy's Diner. I am the proprietor, Fat Freddy. I want to wish you a happy start to the holiday season. You know, Normally I'd offer coffee right now, but I don't think that's good for you. Tell you what, I've got some hot broth in the back that'll fix you right up. Low sodium too, which is way better than the canned kind that has too much salt. Oh, let me hazard a guess. All right, little over 4 months and a girl.
Right, 4 months and 2 weeks. A girl. That was a really good guess. I'm Julie. Happy holidays. Should I call you Fat Freddy or just plain Freddy? Fat Freddy doesn't really seem quite appropriate.
Oh, just Freddie will do, and you know, South Beach diet. Oh, and I'm a pretty good guesser, you know.
Now it's the South Beach diet.
Well, why don't you have a seat here? Sit. This here is Beatrice and Walter and Emma.
Dr. and Mrs. Dr. Stratham. Dr. Stratham is a plastic surgeon.
Well, I was heading down south, but suddenly my pickup isn't running right. I left home rather, suddenly, but it wasn't that long since it was in for a tune-up. Just before I reached the diner here, it started running really ragged, and I didn't know what to do. I don't know if I should trust it or not. I guess I'm just lucky that it started acting up so close to your diner here and not on some remote part of the road. I guess I'm also lucky that your sign suddenly lit up like a Christmas tree just before I reached the place. Otherwise, I may have driven right past.
Well, the road to Sierra City pasture is closed. Isn't that right, Fat Freddy?
That's right.
Darn. Double darn. I guess I could go back up to Sally and go around. Darn it. That's the problem with traveling alone. There's no one to talk this sort of thing over with. I hate making unilateral decisions. I don't know if I should trust my truck.
Well, I guess you're used to talking things over with your husband.
Yeah, with Willie, my husband.
Well, I'll tell you what. You just have a seat, relax, and get warm, and while you figure out what you want to do. I mean, there's no rush for you to go, right?
No, I've got no place to be, really. No place at all.
No place to go, huh?
Absolutely no place at all. I was heading down south, what you might call a thinking trip. I do have a sister living in Santa Monica, but she's not expecting me, and she's not really keen on surprise visits, so no place to be.
Well, you just have a seat, get warm, and I'll get you something hot to drink. And, you know, maybe think about calling your husband. Running away from a problem never helps.
Don't let him go, Walter. We were here before she came in.
Just a minute, man. We were here first. This atlas doesn't seem to have Nevada and California in it. Can't you just give me the directions I need? I can be on my way.
We can be on our way. Make it sound like you're going to leave me behind.
I'll tell you what, I can give you directions in just a second. Right now I'm reestablishing priorities, so you folks just sit tight and visit for a minute and I'll be right back.
Reestablishing priorities. Is that what he said? Reestablishing priorities? What does that even mean?
Well, yes, that's what he said. Reestablishing priorities.
I was talking to my husband. Oh.
Of course, I'm sorry.
Walter, go do something. Go in there. He can give you directions while fixing her drink. Go. Go. Walter, go in there and get directions.
Hey, you in the kitchen?
Oh, his name is Freddy. Well, maybe Fat Freddy. And maybe it's Nutrisystem, maybe the Atkins diet, or maybe the Sound Speech diet.
Walter, don't just yell at him. Actually go into the kitchen and get directions.
I really hope you're allowed back there. Safety protocol and things like that. You see, my husband Willie and I, we own a restaurant. Anyway, people who are not employees aren't allowed in the food prep areas.
This is a public service announcement. Attention all.
Listen, everyone, this is probably an update on the road condition.
This is an update on the road condition. The one about the rock slide that has closed the road to Sierra City. There is no new information. The road is still closed. No word on when it will be open. And the road back to Satley is now closed. The rock slide has made it impassable. Impossibly impassable. For those who just happen to be at Fat Freddy's Diner on this Christmas Eve, might as well take a load off, sit and get to know each other. You are all going nowhere for quite a while.
Freddie,
What is it?
things are going slowly as far as I can see.
Oh, you have eyes that see? Do they have funny feelings too, like your tongue?
Very funny, Freddie. Very funny. I thought we weren't going to discuss my anatomical parts. Look, we don't got all day for this. We have to wrap this up by midnight tonight. And frankly, Freddie, Frankly, Freddie. So it sounds sort of melodic, don't you think?
Okay. We don't have time for that. Things are going well and timely. Just be patient.
Be patient, he says. Time's slipping away. I would not rest on my past laurels if I were you.
What are you talking about?
Past laurels. Jobs that were done well in the past. Wait, rewrite. Jobs that were done very well in the past. And besides, let's not forget, job security!
Job security?
Do you know how many others are lined up around the block waiting to get our jobs? Waiting for us to stumble and fall? To land on our tush or flatten our face?
Is that all you're worried about?
Get thrown by the wayside. Go down like 9 pins. Fall off of a...
Is that all you're worried about?
Well...
Is that all?
Well, there's also the, Christmas bonus money.
The what?
The Christmas bonus money.
Oh.
I had plans to go and spend a couple of weeks in France, in a villa, with a count. Jealous, Freddie?
So, Beatrice, are you heading down south on Christmas vacation, or are you from around here?
Vacation. Yeah, I guess heading to Sacramento to spend the holiday with my brother and his family, but with the roads blocked and all.
Cannot imagine spending the night here in this place. You've got to do something, Walter. It's your fault, after all.
Give it a rest, Emma. Pick, pick, nag, nag.
Never listens till his friends. I'm a drag.
That or this or that. Voice as scratchy as a yowly cat.
Doesn't know how to follow through.
Doesn't appreciate all I do. Pick, pick, nag, nag.
Never listens till his friends. I'm a drag. Have to show him how to drag.
more, never thinks less.
It's no fun, it's getting old. I want to quit.
Relationships cold,
Wasn't always this tired old way. Not always boring, I have to say. Used to be different.
So, Julie, did I hear that you're pregnant? And you told Freddie that it's going to be a girl? I bet your husband is thrilled. I mean, you know what they say about daddy's little girl.
He wasn't exactly as excited when I told him. Still getting used to the thought of fatherhood. Says he's not really ready for that sort of responsibility. I mean, you know, he's got all sorts of responsibilities. What with the restaurant and all, and he's just so very busy. Oh, we both are. You know, getting everything pulled together.
In other words, he doesn't want to be a daddy.
Really, Emma?
Have you thought of a name for her yet?
I was gonna name her after my grandmother. I lived with Granny from age 7 up until I graduated from high school.
What was her name?
Esmeralda. It's a Spanish name meaning emerald. Oh, Granny was from Mexico.
Oh, interesting.
I think Esmeralda is a perfectly good name.
So do I.
Think of all the wonderful nicknames she could have. Essie, Mer, Ralda, Alda. Oh, but it beats Freddie, which only has 2 possibilities, Fred or D.
Fred or D? That's ridiculous.
Not only is it ridiculous, it's also very, very boring.
You know, dear, if you didn't keep opening the door like that, it might, just might, stay warmer in here.
I'm sorry. It's just that. Never mind.
For God's sake, Emma. Beatrice, is it? Julie. You mustn't let Emma's complaining bother you. Emma believes practice makes perfect. But she practices sarcasm several times a day. Besides, she hasn't had her evening cocktail, have you, my dear? Excuse me, that was a mistake. I should have used the plural. Cocktails.
Julie, did you by any chance used to cook at all at that restaurant you said you and your husband have?
Yes?
Well, I was thinking maybe you and I could go to the kitchen and see what we could whip up for dinner. We may be here a while, so I thought we could make a real feast for Christmas Eve. I've got a bunch of cookbooks on the back in a shelf near my office.
Emma likes anything with liquor in it. Burgundy beef. Amaretto chicken. Whiskey pork chops.
What if I just go into the kitchen and gather up some supplies and look through some cookbooks and see what I can come up with?
That sounds fantastic. Beatrice, would you like to help her?
No. That kitchen's not like mine. Different stoves don't work like mine do. I don't know where anything is in your kitchen.
Things are not going well. Not going well at all.
Things are going all right. Soon enough, the women will start bonding.
Over what? They've got nothing in common if you haven't noticed.
They have being here at the diner in common. They're all at a crossroads in their life and have that in common. And they're women. Women naturally bond together.
Frederick, your inexperience is showing. Female bonding. Female bonding, let's see. What, broads, they usually bond over what? Children, food. And guys, they bond over what? Sports. What else? What else do they bond over?
I don't know,
Come on, Frederick.
cars maybe? Or women.
Women.
Definitely women. I'm not that inexperienced. Come on.
What about Walter? Who's he gonna bond with? He's gotta still bring up his problem. And you can't make him tell it. You can only do that suggestion thing. He's gotta bring it up himself. Who's he gonna bond with, huh? Who? You?
Not me. I can't be part of the scenario. I'm not allowed. Oh, but I'll tell you what. I did figure out a solution for Julie's problem.
Oh, you did? I knew you would. I knew you would. You're a genius. Always said so. Yay. Ooh, I gotta go.
Look, Walter, go out to the Jag and get that bottle of whiskey we were going to give to the Harringtons. This has been a dreadful experience, and I need something to take the edge off.
Yeah, well, that bottle of whiskey cost nearly $400. Far too expensive for you to use to take the edge off. Besides, you're not going to need it. We're not going to be here that long. They'll have the roads clear. We'll be on our way. This is Christmas Eve, after all. They know people have places to go. We'll be on our way soon.
Just go get the whiskey, Walter. Now.
I don't think...
Right, Walter, don't think. Just go get it.
Shouldn't he have a coat on or something? It's cold out there, and it's getting dark.
It'll be okay.
I hope they open the roads soon. Maybe it's open now. I think I hear it. Oh, there's a car that's just up the parking lot. It's one of those red sports type cars. I wonder where it's going.
A sports car, red, leaving. No, I'm sure you're totally mistaken. Oh, he's leaving. Why does he think he's going? Walter! Walter, get back here right now! He's leaving. With the whiskey.
Is there a problem, ladies?
It's her husband. He's left.
He's left.
Apparently with the whiskey. And Mrs. Dr. Stratham is very disturbed by that. Well, that he left with the whiskey and didn't bring it in here.
Well, the road's blocked. He won't get far.
He just drove away with the bottle and left me.
Blocked in both directions. Why do you suppose he left?
I haven't the foggiest.
Well, you two did have that argument.
Argument?
We never argue. Absolutely never.
He didn't want to go out and get the bottle. I distinctly heard him
Well,
say...
you are just terribly mistaken. Walter and I never argue, just never. I don't know why you would say such a thing.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's keep the door closed. Don't want to let all that cold air in. I'm sure Walter just went to go check on the road. He'll be back.
Yeah, I mean, probably he'll be back.
Things are not going well.
Look what I found. It's a cookbook full of old Cajun and Creole recipes from New Orleans. I thought it might be fun if we look through it together and pick something to make for dinner. It could be a culinary adventure.
That's not exactly what I would choose. I'm not sure I like that kind of food. I've never eaten anything like that, and I don't like to eat food that I'm not familiar with. C-H-A-N-G-E. It's not good, you see. Life is crap.
What do you and Mr. Stratham think?
Dr. Stratham.
Oh, well, Dr. Stratham isn't here to give his opinion. He left.
He left. Where would he go? The road is closed, both coming and going.
He got in his car, and he left.
Why would he leave? Surely he wouldn't leave you behind.
No, of course he would.
Well, he did. Leave her.
Do you know where he went? It may not be safe out there with the rock slides and everything.
And soon it will be dark. Soon it will be very, very dark.
Freddie, I think you should go out and look for him.
I think that might depend on why he left and where he was going, don't you?
Do you know why he left?
Why don't you just drop it, okay? Just drop it. You just left, all right? Just, gone. Left. Departed. Taken leave. Not here.
Ooh, that's my kind of language. All those descriptive phrases. What else could she say? Walter has left the building, taken a long walk on the shore pier to wake up something completely different, mob-related.
Must you?
Oh, I must. He's on a different plane. Walter and the Pere, something about a parallel universe. I never remember how that phrase goes.
Thank goodness.
I'm sure he'll do. Yeah, like someone said, where would he go?
I'm sure he'll be back too, but in the meantime, why don't you have a seat and talk about it?
Oh, you don't understand. I don't talk about personal things. But I feel I must get this off my chest or I'm going to explode. Lately I've been afraid Walter would do something like this. I had a feeling. All of those lunches with his office nurse, staying late to finish paperwork.
Ooh, it sounds like a soap opera or a reality TV show. I love reality TV. My favorite is Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Oh my goodness, can you believe Teresa went to jail?
Don't even get me started on Joe Jr.
Wait, office nurse? Is Walter playing around?
It's my business and none of yours.
Hey, it's not that we're being nosy or anything. It's just that it's good for a person to talk about their problems or their hurts, It helps you to share the burden with others and not carry all that heavy weight by yourself. And now, I'm willing to help you carry some of that burden.
Well, I will too. I know we haven't known each other that long, but at least we can listen. And maybe we'll have a word or two to help. I mean, the least we can do is listen. Beatrice, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, of course. Like I don't have my own problems.
It's so hard to talk about, what I have to do, all the pushing, working the right people, and it's been years. It's gone on so long I hardly know what else to do. Walter doesn't seem to think certain things are important.
Well, telling him could bring you closer together, Telling him how you feel?
Yeah. Or it could drive you further apart. That happened to me when I was married. I tried to talk about my feelings and such, but it didn't go over very well, I can tell you that. Telling the truth, it's a risk.
But sometimes risks pay off, sweetheart.
There's other things too.
It's probably not as bad as you think. Do you want to talk about it? Maybe we could help. Beatrice? Freddie, what do you think?
Yeah, of course. And Walter will understand when you tell him about it when he gets back.
No, now.
But you should tell us now. We can help. Now.
Oh, it's awful what you didn't tell him.
What did you do? What could you have done that was so awful?
You have to understand. I couldn't very well be the wife of a garage mechanic. Now, could I? Or married to a school teacher or shopkeeper?
What's wrong with those professions? All perfectly respectable ones.
My parents have a position in society. I have a position in society.
But your husband's a doctor.
What if he had decided to become a general practitioner? A general practitioner. Do you know what they make? There are levels in medical practice too,
That's the medical practice. Can't marry a garage mechanic. Ugh, what a schlub.
understand. I had to do all of the pushing. I had to make all of the decisions. I had to do everything. He could never do anything like that. Couldn't make decisions, couldn't do anything.
Remind me again why we're helping her.
I wouldn't expect you to understand.
I bet you had one of those society weddings too when you and Walter were married, didn't you?
Yeah. With her position in society, I mean, what else?
All right, ladies. We need to help Emma. She's worried about Walter.
Worried about who?
Walter, your husband?
Oh, yes, him. He needs all kinds of direction. I have to do it all. When I decided I was going to marry him, I had to arrange everything, even the wedding. And no, we didn't have a society wedding. Oh, although we did have a reception later that was highlighted in the society pages of all the Bay Area newspapers, the Examiner and the Chronicle. And the reporter said it was the highlight of the season.
So, no society wedding, but a splashy reception.
And you couldn't have forced him to marry you. I mean, he must have wanted to. Are you guys seeing a problem with this?
I am.
My folks didn't approve of his kind. You know, Walter's family was from the flats. We lived in Hillside. At one time, he worked at a hair-cutting place. Not a salon, you understand. He wasn't even a stylist, but cut hair for $10 a customer at one of those cut-rate places in a strip mall. Swept floors. Pulled hair out of hairbrushes. Other people's dead hair, but... And at night, he worked at a bar. He was considered to be one of those boys, you know, wild, wicked.
Bad boy attraction. I know it well.
Bad boy attraction. Ooh, what's he talking about? Oh, you know what she's talking about. What's she talking about, Frederick?
Oh, I just might know what she's talking about. Let me tell you a little bit about what the boss just passed on me about Julie's meeting with her husband. She walked into the ballroom and saw him standing there. Blue eyes, tight jeans, and black curly hair.
Let's see if I got this right. Blue eyes, tight jeans,
You got it.
black curly hair.
Cut rough, not smooth. Bad boy was his appeal. That's what attracted her, so she agreed to his lifestyle.
Black hair, blue eyes, tight jeans.
He had a plan, one he thought she'd share. Kids never were included, it would always be a pair. She walked into the barroom and saw him standing there. They started their love story.
But they never learned to care.
Bad boy attraction. Yeah, I suppose that was it. But I knew I was going to marry him, so that was that. Of course, I'd have to change him into something acceptable. You know, I wasn't going to lose everything I had. My family, my friends, the yacht club membership. You know, you understand, all the important things in life.
Yes. Someone with a position in society, married to a man from the flats, you'd be an outcast, shunned by all who knew you.
Beatrice, really. Mrs. Dr. Stratham, I'm curious. What didn't you tell him?
Ooh, female bonding, female bonding. No children or food with deep dark secrets. Oh, this is even better than the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Walter and I eloped. We went to Vegas and got married in one of those theme wedding chapels.
Vegas? I've never been to Vegas, but I've heard about those themed wedding chapels. I mean, where else would you expect to find one except Vegas? Sin City. Who married you? Elvis? Superman?
I was married by Lotto the Clown.
Lotto the clown?
Lotto the Clown?
Lotto, the clown. I think he's my second cousin on my mother's side of the family.
Lotto the Clown. And then, 7 years later, I got the letter.
Letter? What letter?
What letter?
Apparently, Lotto the Clown was not able to perform marriages. So, Walter and I were never really married.
That is so Blotto.
What did he say when you told him?
Well, okay, so there was this medical convention in Chicago, and then the spring ball in San Francisco. Oh, and then at the charity golf tournament that summer. I was the coordinator. It was written up in all the papers, the Examiner and the Chronicle, and, well, you know, so busy, things just kept popping up. So I never quite got around to telling him.
Oh, dear me. So, you're still not married? My, I've never heard anything like that in my whole life. My goodness. It's been what, 20, 25 years? What, is it, has it been 30?
Quiet nights and silent tears, no happy dreams, there's only fears. I lost him, no one to hold me tight at night, does not seem real, it isn't right. I lost him, I don't know why, can only guess. All of this is such a mess. What did I do? What did I say that made him want to go away? I've lost him. I'm afraid. Afraid he'll leave.
He did leave. Just now.
Beatrice, don't be mean. Can't you see she's upset? Mrs. Dr. Stratham is suffering.
Hell, forget the Mrs. Dr. Stratham. Call me Emma. You know all my secrets now. Just call me Emma.
Now we know all the secrets. She's probably got a closet full of them. Oh, she's rich. 2 closets. I don't see why they just don't get married. Renew their vows. No one has to know it's the first time they're making it legal.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you ladies have a seat, and I'll go get the 3 of you some hot chocolate. Marshmallow on top, and whipped cream, and we have rainbow sprinkles.
Here we go, Frederick. Female bonding. Lots of female bonding with tears and rainbow sprinkles. But what's going to happen now? What's going to happen now, Freddie?
Well, that all depends on Walter's return.
Which will be when?
Right about now. In communist Russia, like you do. And it starts to precipitate a little bit, and so the husband remarks to his wife, "Oh wow, it's like it's starting to rain." And his wife says to him, "Oh well, honey, I think it's snowing right now." And he says, "Well, let's go ask Comrade Rudolph over here." So go up to Comrade Rudolph, and he says, "Rudolph, is it raining or snowing?" And Rudolph says, "Duh, it is raining, obviously." And so the guy says to his wife, "Well, you see, honey, Rudolph the Red knows reindeer." And with that, enjoy the second half of Christmas.
Look at him. Look at Walter. He looks like a frozen human popsicle. Looky. What came out of Beatrice's bag? Cabbage, greenbacks, currency.
Are you really going to go into a descriptive list right now?
Of course I am. Dead presidents, folding stuff.
Done.
Loot. Ooh, Beatrice, you have been a bad bunny rabbit.
Wow. Too late, my dear. Too late to undo what you did there. But maybe not too late to fix the problem. Oh, but we got more to worry about. Walter's color does not look good. Sort of a grayish blue, maybe an azure?
Azure, I love that word.
Isn't anyone going to help me?
Oh, Walter, look at you. You're just frozen. Why did you leave like that? Why? I was so worried.
I just want to get warm.
You take care of him, Mrs. Dr. Stratham, and I'll go get a blanket and some hot soup for him.
She's called Emma now, not Mrs. Dr. Stratham.
Thanks for the update.
Holy crap, is that real money?
Oh, that's right. Well, you didn't have to go driving off like that. What an idiotic thing to do.
The Jag just stopped, the engine stopped running. I didn't think I'd driven that far, but the walk back to the diner seemed to take forever.
All right, you just wrap him in this and make sure he drinks this slowly.
Oh, why did you go off like that, Walter? Why? Where's the car?
Went off to try to find the phone, try to call the Harringtons. The engine just stopped. It just stopped. I have no idea where the car is. I'm so cold. Never could find a phone.
Emma, the blanket's for your husband. He's cold.
Well, of course the doctor's cold. Going off in the cold without a jacket.
The soup is also for your husband. He's cold.
Can I count it? I promise I won't take any, only count it.
No, please, keep your hands off the money.
All I want to do is count it. Oh, can't I at least count it? Here, you missed a bundle.
Just please, keep your hands off the money. Just don't touch it and give it all back. It's not mine.
Oh, it's not hers! Quick, give it back.
You ladies doing all right down here?
She says the money isn't hers.
Oh, well, that's right. It belongs to the business she works for. She took it.
She stole it?
Oh, things are starting to really heat up. Only not fast enough for Walter. Still looking a little gray around the edges. This is getting to be so much fun.
Look at you, Emma. Typical. Eating the soup, wearing the blanket that was meant for me, for me. I was the one that nearly froze to death.
Well, whose fault is that, I ask you? Whose fault is it for you almost freezing to death?
That's right. Take it all. Take the blanket, take the soup, make all the decisions. Decisions for my life.
Oh, well, if I hadn't taken action in making decisions, then, well, nothing would have happened. If I hadn't made the decision, you would have never become a plastic surgeon.
You know, Walter, now it'd be a good idea to discuss career issues with your wife.
Did you really steal all that money?
Beatrice, maybe you should talk to Julie. She may be able to help.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I stole this. I stole it all from my office. I'm not proud of taking it.
What happened? Why did you do it?
I was the last to leave my office, and I had to lock some papers in the safe. Well, that's not unusual, you know. I've done that lots of times before, and there's always been money in the safe. But this time, I don't know what happened. At first, I just looked at all these bundles of money, and then I touched them. And I picked them up, and I put them on my desk, and I looked at them again. I don't know what came over me. I've never taken so much as a paperclip from the office before, but the money just seemed to say, take me. Take me. And so I did. I put it all in my bag. I locked the safe and I hightailed it out of there. Julie, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to get caught. But I can't take it back. I can't take it back.
You know, I bet Julie might have some suggestions to help you.
More female bonding, Frederick?
You make all the decisions. I was never a part of it. Decisions about my friends, my career, my life. I hate playing golf at the country club. Actually, I just hate playing golf.
You hear that, Emma? Maybe you should talk to Walter about the whole plastic surgeon thing. Oh, and then move on to the Ederley about the Arage May. Oh, you know, maybe use your inside voice, just a suggestion.
Are you really sorry you took it?
Yeah. I really am. I wish I hadn't done it. I don't want to get caught. I'm going to go to jail. My sister-in-law never liked me much before, but now she'll out and out hate me. My brother will hate me, and my nieces will hate me too.
There might be a simple solution. my hands are busy.
Go ahead. It doesn't matter now. Nothing matters now. There was this new girl in my office. Young, snotty, confident, prancing around in her pearls and her pantsuits. You know the type. Anyway, I was up for a really big promotion. You know, I've been there so many years. And this brat just stole it from me. She stole my promotion. I've never felt so powerless. Just anyway, I don't know what happened. I didn't really think it through. Oh, but you know what? Yes, it wasn't entirely my fault. Yes, that's it. It wasn't entirely my fault. They should never have left all of this money right there in the safe where anybody who was looking could have seen it. Yes, that's it. It wasn't entirely my fault. They left temptation right there. Right there. For all of us sinners. It wasn't entirely my fault.
Well, in any case, sure didn't think it through.
Well, you don't have to agree with me.
It might be simple. I mean, can't you just take it back?
Take it back. Well,
You don't plan to keep it, do you?
well,
Beatrice!
well, it's too late now. I couldn't take it back even if I wanted to. I locked my key card in the safe. It has my picture on it for security purposes.
Where would you be without my help, Walter?
In a happier place. Emma, I'm not happy being a plastic surgeon. I want to be in a happier place.
Where, as a checker at Safeway? Or as a bartender at some sleazy bar in the flats?
What does he want to be? Frederick, what does he want to be?
Yes.
No, I don't want to play the guessing game. What does he want to be?
So, you don't want to be a plastic surgeon. Well, what do you want to be? A pediatrician? Ear, nose, throat specialist?
No, none of them. Emma,
Maybe a bit more convincingly, Walter.
listen,
Come on, Walter. Use your assertive voice. Be in command.
Emma, for once, listen to me. I don't want to be a plastic surgeon. I've had it with butt lifts and tummy tucks. The truth is, I can't stand the blood anymore. So no, I don't want to be a plastic surgeon or a pediatrician.
Well, then what do you... Oh my God, Walter, don't tell me. You want to be a proctologist.
I don't want to be a doctor at all.
Then what do you want to be?
I want to be... I want to be a hairstylist.
He wants to be a hairstylist.
Hairstyling, that's his dream.
He wants to do hair.
I want to do hair. I want to cut and buff and all that stuff.
With hair.
Beautiful hair.
He wants to color it.
Style.
Short or long?
Pixie or Bob?
Auburn or blonde.
He wants to do hair.
He wants to do hair.
With man or with maid.
Ponytail or a braid.
Scented shampoo.
Give you a new do. Beehive piled up high, teeth to the sky. The sky. Shaggy Anglet, my oh my. Just look at his face. How excited is he?
I want to do...
Stop! Stop this very position as a family. No, I'm doing
Glorious, beautiful, beautiful, curly or smooth hair.
Remember, he used to work at a haircutting place before he met Emma. He was pretty good too, but well, she didn't think she could introduce her new boyfriend to her friends as that guy who cuts hair. So she pushed him into quitting. She didn't think it would impress all of her society folks.
Well, he's certainly impressing her now. Look at her sitting there with her mouth gaping open like a fish. Gulp, gulp, gulp.
A hairstylist. I think I'm going to faint.
At first, yes, but then I want my own salon, Walter's Locks, and eventually an exclusive luxurious spa, Stratham Mountain Retreat,
Oh, I think I'm going to be sick.
massages, hot rocks, mud baths, diets, nutritions, mud baths.
Oh, Walter, think of what you're doing to me, to the children. Think of the children.
That's what I want to do. I've had it with bigger breasts and smaller thighs, stretching skin over necks and heads, tummy tucks, butt lifts. But hair, a woman's crowning glory. And of course there's no blood.
Walter, what are you doing to me? I will be ruined.
Ruined! Ruined! Ugh. Can't we just make her disappear? Really, I like Walter. I feel bad for him having this schlep around this shrew on his back screaming, "Position! I've got a position!"
All right. We don't have time for that. We still have to fix everybody's problems by the end of the night.
All right. Look, Emma's problem is that she's boring. And Beatrice's problem is that she is, boring. Walter, on the other hand, is a delight. I like Walter. So I say we ditch the boring broads and we concentrate on Walter. Oh, and Julie.
Your job is to help all of them, remember?
Well, la-dee-da. Then you better get a move on. I got plans that do not include sitting around here. I gotta spend time with a duke.
Wasn't it a count?
Duke, count, what's the difference?
Freddie, I'd like to go out and check on the car. Would you come with?
Are you sure you're up for it?
Yeah, this time I'll take my jet.
Good idea. Let me go ahead and get my coat on too, and the flashlight. Oh, I'm sure the car can't be too far from here, so ladies, you just sit tight and wait, and if you need more hot chocolate, there's plenty in the kitchen.
But I can't. What am I?
Emma? Beatrice? Want more chocolate?
Maybe a glass and some ice.
Anything else? We probably should make a decision about dinner sometime soon.
Oh wait, yes, the cooking sherry.
Do you think Julie looks pregnant? I mean, she doesn't really look pregnant to me. Well, just look at her. I mean, there's hardly a bump. Not really pregnant at all.
For God's sake, answer the woman, Emma! Oh, I wish I had that suggestive thing like Freddie's got. I can give it a try. Let's see. Answer Beatrice, Emma. Spencer, Beatrice, Emma. And some... Darn, it's not working.
I don't know Beatrice, nor do I particularly care. I make it a point not to get involved with people that I don't know. It's not safe.
Oh, look out, Frederick, you're not the only one that can push people in the right direction.
Julie, Emma and I were just discussing your pregnancy. How far along are you?
4.5 months.
Did I hear you say that your husband doesn't want the baby, but you do? It's gotta make it rough. That's why you're traveling, isn't it? You're leaving home.
Yeah. Running away. Imagine that. Running away from home at my age. I tried to tell my husband how excited I was. I mean, it really is a wonderful miracle having a baby, but he says it would be a mistake. That having children weren't in his plans and in his life. Esmeralda. I love her already. I try to think about what she'll be like after she's born, what she'll look like, what her personality will be. Even now, I sing her a song, sing her a lullaby. I sing her a lullaby, so sweet. I sing her a lullaby, it's sure to help her sleep. Little owlet, baby owlet, singing as the dawn breaks through. Little owlet, baby owlet, singing as the dawn breaks through. Won't you lend me your swift pinions? Won't you lend me your swift pinions? Won't you lend me your swift pinions? And I play fly to my home. I don't know any lullabies so sweet, so I never sang a song sweet folks can sing.
I sang my kids a lullaby so sweet that helped them go to sleep. White coral bells upon a slender stalk, lilies of the valley deck my garden walk. Oh, don't you wish that you could hear them ring? That will happen only when the fairies sing.
Could I now sing a lullaby? A lullaby so sweet. Could I now sing a song? Little owlet,
Baby owlet, singing as the dawn breaks through. Little owlet, baby owlet, singing as the dawn breaks through. Won't you lend me your swift pinions? Won't you lend me your swift pinions? Won't you lend me your swift pinions? That I may fly to my love.
What will you do, Julie?
you'll be all alone. How will you manage?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Poor ladies. So sad. Julie needs husband. Emma needs to realize that Walter doesn't want to be a plastic surgeon anymore. And Beatrice, oh, Beatrice, you need to give the money back. I don't think that Freddie and I will be able to help him in time. And poor me. No Christmas bonus money.
Well, I think I'm gonna step into the kitchen and start making something for dinner.
I wonder where those two men are. Aren't you worried, Emma?
No, of course not. Maybe a little, you know, 'cause we're blocked in, you know, no way in, no way out. We're stuck.
Real ray of sunshine, aren't you, Em? Real ray of sunshine.
Any suggestions on what you'd like me to prepare? No? Maybe I'll just whip up some appetizers.
So, really steal all that money, Beatrice? Not a very smart move, if you ask me.
Did you really not find the time to tell Walter that you two weren't really married? Doesn't seem like a very smart move to me.
Ladies, ladies! Although I shouldn't be calling you ladies, you are not acting very ladylike right now. You are not being very nice to each other. Apologize right now!
I'm sorry, Beatrice. It wasn't very nice what I just said.
I'm sorry too, Emma. What I said back wasn't very nice either.
Holy guacamole! I'm getting really good about the suggestion thing!
Well, I guess I am worried. Guess we both have things to worry about.
I really wish I hadn't taken the money. I don't want to get caught.
I don't think you do very well in jail, sweetheart.
I don't think I'd do very well in jail.
Oh, and I'm afraid I won't be Mrs. Dr. Stratham anymore.
My goodness. Once you lose that, half yourself be stripped away, your identity. Who will you be then, Emma? Who will you be then?
You'll be Emma Stratham. And maybe that won't be such a bad thing, you know? I think you try too hard to be important, to have some sort of a label, but maybe you just need to be you. Not the wife of a plastic surgeon, but just you, just Emma Stratham. A wife, a mother, a friend. And there's a lot of value in that. Not in being a society matron, but just you, just Emma. And, you know, that should be important enough.
You are blowing my mind right now, Beatrice. Who would have thought that insight would be your strong suit? I think I have a seat. I gotta ponder this.
No, it would be quite a change. Maybe I could. It's a very wise thing to say, Beatrice.
Thank you, Emma. That's a very nice compliment. Changes, right? Scary things, changes.
You know what? Let's go help Julie.
Anything's better than sitting here worrying.
So, did you fellas find the car?
Sure did. So, anything important happen while we were gone, specific to the issues?
No. Beatrice moaned and groaned. Emma moaned and groaned. Julie moaned and groaned. So nothing. Nada. Zippo. Nothing with any redeeming value whatsoever while you were gone.
That bad, huh?
Actually, no, that is not true. Beatrice had a thought. It was a really good thought. She gave some insight into Emma's life. And then Emma actually thanked her. Oh, Freddie, what are we gonna do? Time's slipping by. No Christmas bonus money, no vacation in the Caribbean with the Baron.
Wasn't it in the south of France with a count or a duke?
Oh, Count Duke doesn't really matter. I just see everything just slipping away. And time's running out and nothing of significance has really happened.
Maybe more than you think.
What? Oh, tell me. Lay it on me. Give me the facts.
Are you really going to go into another list?
Yeah, you know. I want the facts, the figures, the deductions, and the
All
facts.
right, you said facts 3 times already.
So I did.
Very well then. The facts.
Yes.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Beatrice has admitted stealing the money is a bad idea.
Bad idea.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Walter's told Emma that as being a plastic surgeon is a bad idea.
Bad idea.
And number 3.
Number 3.
Emma's admitted that her not telling Walter they're not married is
A bad idea.
bingo. Number 4.
Number 4.
Julie.
Julie.
I had something.
Oh,
Oh,
I gotta
no.
tell you. Frederick, I think you're really dropping the ball on this whole Julie thing. There it goes. A Christmas bonus. Slipping. Slipping away. Bye-bye.
Don't start crying to your eggnog yet, kiddo.
Kiddo? Really, Frederick? Kiddo?
It's very strange, Freddie. The car's at the end of the driveway. When I walked back here the first time, the walk seemed to take forever.
Well, you know, you were really cold, and here needed time to get sorted out.
We heard your voices and thought you might be back. Where's the car?
Come on, Emma. Just like we practiced in the kitchen. Come on. Emma. Walter, Emma has something that she'd like to say. Something she wants to tell you.
Oh, but it was so much easier in the kitchen. You made it easy. You're so supportive. Okay, fine. Walter, if you no longer want to be a plastic surgeon, I suppose that's your choice, your decision. But I think I need to talk to you about this whole hairstylist thing.
Talk together, Emma. You're supposed to say talk together.
Oh, right. I think I need to talk together about this whole hairstylist thing.
You still didn't get it quite right.
Oh.
Good try, though. Good try.
When Freddie and I went out to check on the car, I was thinking, Emma, maybe when the road's clear, we should go home instead of going to the Harringtons. We have a lot to talk about together.
And we're not really married. Oh, there's a... Oh, I think you're going to pass out or faint.
Oh, faint, let me see. Suffer insufficiency of oxygen to the brain.
I knew that. Knew that Blotto the clown was a fraud, not legally able to perform marriages. You left the letter from the state of Nevada on the table right where I could see it.
You knew. All these years and you knew it. You kept it a secret. Oh my God, all these years and you knew.
You never brought it up. You always bring up things that are bothering you, but you never brought it up. I didn't think you cared whether we were married or not.
Well, I just like you, Walter. You don't think. You just don't think. God, I was sure you would take off if you found out.
Can't they have this discussion with all of contention?
Well, you know, that's the way they've been communicating for decades. You can't change that in a few hours, but if they work at it, who knows what might happen.
That's true.
You know, there might be a very simple solution.
A simple solution? Are you serious, Julie?
I don't see a simple solution, Julie. I mean, they've been living in sin for 30 years. Their children were born out of wedlock.
I resent that comment about my children, Beatrice.
Oh, well, I'm very, very sorry, Emma. What I meant to say is that they're illegitimate. Wait, no. What I meant to say is that they're married.
You could have another wedding. You could have another wedding. Married couples do it all the time. You know, renew your vows. That's what you can tell everyone is that you're renewing your vows. Only this time it will be the real legal one.
Unless they get Marco the magician to officiate, or Dandy Doodle the dog walker, or Bertha the bearded bishop.
Maybe we should talk about that too. Together. We'll talk about it together. Won't be easy, Emma. There'll be a lot of changes when we get back.
You're right, Walter. It won't be easy. It'll be a lot of hard work. You're worth it, Walter.
One down, two to go. Tick-tock, Frederick.
Oh, all right. Where were we? Oh, yes, Beatrice. Beatrice, have you decided what you're going to do about the money?
Oh,
You know, I bet Julie has some ideas that could help you.
I mean, you could take it back.
well, I can hardly walk into the office on Monday and say, oh, by the way, here's all this money I sort of stole from you.
I could go with you if you're nervous about going alone. I mean, you don't want to be running for the rest of your life.
I mean, you mean turn myself in?
I'd go with you.
Why would you do that? Why would you go with me?
Maybe for no other reason than Julie's a nice person. And this is Christmas Eve. Things just sort of happen on this magical night. It doesn't have to be more reason than that.
What do you think?
Well, it would make me feel safer if someone were to go with me.
And more likely you'd actually turn yourself in. You know, someone keeping an eye on you, so to speak.
Well, then it's settled. But for now, just sit down, relax. Don't worry about it. And, I mean, it's plenty warm in here. You can take that sweater off if you like.
Beatrice! It's my key card! I didn't lock it in the safe after all, and I can take the money back!
We'll go as soon as the road's back.
But wait a minute. Julie, if you're going to do that for Beatrice, then you have to do something for yourself, too.
Well, do something for ourselves, but what do you mean by that?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
What can I do for myself?
I bet someone has a suggestion here. Someone who has learned something tonight about communicating with their loved ones.
Call your husband. Call him and tell him you need to talk to him. That the two of you need to talk together about the three of you.
Way to go, Emma.
Well, you know, just kind of hit me.
I'll call him tomorrow.
Now!
Well, maybe not now. I can't get any of the phones to work.
Oh, let me check on that. Hey, look, we've got a phone signal. Oh, what amazing timing. You know, I'd even bet we've got cell phone reception, too. Oh, man, it's such a coincidence. Can you believe it?
You're playing it up a little bit, don't you think you're believing it?
No, you're not really one to talk.
Do it, Julie. Do it now. We're all here to support you, just the way you were for me and Beatrice.
Go on, Julie.
I mean, you'll want some privacy, of course.
But I can stay here. Prime real estate. Because I'm invisible.
Hello, Willie? It's me, Julie. No, I'm all right. I'm okay. Look, I'm sorry I took off like that. I know I shouldn't have. We really need to talk. What? You did what? Oh, yeah, I agree. Yellow is a great color, bright and cheerful. Listen, I'll be home as soon as I can. I'm going to help a friend first. Right now we're stuck in this diner because of the weather conditions. But I miss you too. I'll be safe, I promise. I love you too.
Well, what did you say?
He said he painted the baby's room yellow because of the bright, cheerful color!
He called her Essie. And he said he painted the baby's room yellow and wanted to make sure that the color choice was okay with me. Oh, he painted the baby's room.
Sounds like he's making plans for when the baby comes.
Oh, making plans for the baby. Oh, Walter. Remember when we made plans for our first baby? And you painted the walls of the baby's room lavender. And my mother said that would cause gender confusion, so she had professional painters come and repaint it.
I remember. I always liked that lavender color. Still do.
You can paint the walls of your new hair salon lavender. Oh, Walter, call the Harringtons. Tell them we're not going to be coming. Tell them the weather turned bad and we're stuck in a diner. Tell them...
I know what to tell them.
Frederick, Mr. Emma, and Walter, Beatrice and Julie.
I think our work here's almost done.
I think you're right.
Following are recent updates on road conditions. Rock slides are cleared both north and south of Fat Freddys Diner. It is safe to proceed. Happy holidays to all.
Did you hear that, everyone? Oh, the roads are cleared.
Oh, thanks, Freddie. Thanks for everything.
Yeah, thanks for the coffee and everything.
Same for me. Come on, let's get going. I want to go home.
Yes.
You hours ago, I didn't know where I was going, but now I know. I'm going home. I'm going home. That's where I want to be. I'm going home.
We're going home, my heart is light and free. We're going home. We are going home to start a life that's new. And as for the future, we still don't have a clue.
I'm gonna call my brother and tell him I'm not going to show up until Christmas Day. I'll tell him I got hung up on a job at the office and I had to stay and finish. I'm so relieved. I didn't know what I was going to do or where I was going to go.
A few hours ago, I didn't know where I was going with my life either. But now I know. Now I know where I'm going. Hopefully, I won't be going alone.
Oh, I'm going with you, Walter. On the way to our unite.
I think it's time to make some changes. When I get home, I'll look up trips to Hawaii. Maybe I'll get a dog. 2 dogs. I always wanted to dye my hair blonde. It's just, oh no, I can't make all these changes. I'm sorry to everyone.
I'm going home, not sure what waits for me. I'm going home. We're going home, it's not too late to see. We're going home. We're going home this Christmas Eve. We're going home this Christmas Eve. Magical time to believe you and me. We're going home.
Goodbye, everyone. Happy holidays. Whatever you may celebrate this time of year, happy holidays to all.
Well, Frederick, we did it again. Excellent job completion. Exquisite work. At least that's what I'm going to put down in our, job review performance thing.
So what is it for you now? Off to the France or the Caribbean with a baron or a count or a duke?
Oh, no, none of those above. It was never about that for me. I always like helping the people. Besides, I just got a new assignment from the boss, the big man upstairs. First of all, we're going to go to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico?
There's a young man there that needs our help. Him and his mom and his dad, and believe it or not, a parrot named Raphael.
All in the same household?
So I understand. Oh, he's a 4-year-old. Oh, he's been asking Santa for a sled. He's so cute. He's even putting his prayers every night. He's been so exceptionally good.
Oh, a sled.
Yeah.
In Puerto Rico?
Well,
I mean, wouldn't it be more appropriate to ask for a surfboard or maybe a jet ski?
well, he's 4 years old, so I don't think either of those are too appropriate either.
4 years old, a sled? Wait a minute, how does the parrot fit into all this?
Well, the problem's not the parrot, it's the parents.
Well, if the problem's not the parrot, what's the problem with the parents? Well, I guess we better check out the scene. I don't think the diner's really going to work for that. Maybe a beach cabana. So what's our destination?
We gotta go right now. We gotta wrap this one up before New Year's Eve.
Oh, well, that doesn't give us much time. I guess we better break down the diner right away.
Don't worry about it. I got it covered. I know a guy.
Well, what's left to do then?
Well, only one thing's left to do. That's wish you, my friend, happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you too.
So I was thinking once we got to Puerto Rico, gotta check out maybe $100.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy